Coach, can you just kind of start off the last weekend?
Hey, you know what? We played well. I don't know if you guys watched the games, but we did everything but score. And I think that we got to just get to dirty areas and learn to pay the price if we're gonna win games against really good teams that defend well, that have really good goaltending. That's what Providence has. I don't think anybody that watched the game, especially Saturday, could argue that the game obviously was a coin flip. They got a couple bounces and 2 goals in the third that went off our guys, and that's the way puck luck goes sometimes.
Coach, we're not going to ask a couple times on Saturday, especially with the warm and issues. A few times it looked lost. At times, how do you kind of like that?
No, yeah, I think just it's 23% right now. It's done okay. We're going to make some changes on it and really go back to relying on 2 units, not 1, because we're deep. We're deep now. We got a couple guys back this week, which is huge. But it needs to be better. If you're going to win on the road, your power play has to get you at least a goal a weekend, and it didn't do it this weekend. Now, granted, there were only three attempts, right? So it was hard to get into a rhythm. But both teams, it was a real disciplined weekend. I thought it was a really well officiated weekend. 3 penalties aside for the weekend, which is rare. So that was good to see.
Saw Shlaine and Shane back out.
Yeah.
How big are those guys coming back in the lineup?
Huge. I mean, it just, we're right now, face-offs are one of the biggest areas that we need to improve, and it's not just on the centers, it's on all guys, being face-off ready, especially our wingers, and winning those 50-50s, and we're not winning them. So we really focused on that today, but with Artie, our roster was designed with him as kind of that go-to guy on face-offs for big ones that you need to win in every situation, and a big 6'2" center with experience that can play 200 feet changes your lineup, and we haven't had that yet. So having him back this week is huge. He's excited to be back. He looks really good. He's worked really hard to get back, and so is Charlie. Charlie is right now healthier than he's been at any point since he's been at ASU. He's been really struggling with multiple surgeries, and so we made a commitment to him that he would be absolutely 100%, and we wouldn't half-ass this with him because he hasn't had a chance to really show people how good he is, and I think he'll do that this weekend. He's a hell of a player. So getting those 2 guys back is enormous for our depth, especially our scoring depth. Which we've had a 4-game stretch here where we failed to really put the puck in the net, and hopefully it goes in for us this weekend.
Six games into the season, how's Gibby feeling getting the new role as a starter this week?
Well, Gibby's been good. I think Gibby had maybe his shakiest game for us on Friday. A few goals he definitely want back, but Gibby's been really good for us. And Luke has been really good. Luke's had 2 starts, and in both starts he deserved to win the game. Like he was absolutely dynamite on Saturday. Honestly, he was so sharp. It honestly felt like he wasn't going to let one in, and the 2 that he let in went off our guys' shins. So he was tremendous, and we didn't lose Friday because of Gibby. You're not going to win scoring a goal. So they both have been good, and we feel really good about where we are with that position.
Is what's fair to expect those guys back this weekend?
Artie and Charlie, yes, absolutely, they're in.
Where do you see them fitting into the lines?
It's to be determined. We're right now we're going with those 2 together and Smolin on a line on the wing. But we're going to see how it looks throughout the week and figure it out. But I like the flip that we made Saturday was really good. Putting Kerwin with the Jacksons and Silly with Potsy and Shimmick. They both generated a ton of opportunities, and we controlled possession, which is hard to do against Providence. Both nights we actually had more possession. And when 5 out of 6 games we've had more possession, and you're losing, your face-off percentage is 43%. That says something. It's a good thing, right? So when we start winning some face-offs and starting with the puck, our possession numbers are going to go up even more. So again, those guys are going to be big role guys for us, and we love our depth. We already had 4 lines that could get the job done. Now we have 5.
You mentioned that you're doing everything right and not necessarily reaping the benefits of it. How do you overcome that?
Just got to stick with it. We have a really good team, and we feel like, right now we're 1-4-1, and I think you could easily look at, the game we blew against Air Force, and then, a game, at least one of them both. we could be 5-1. Like it's razor thin the margin right now, and it's just really the last 3 Saturdays we've gone into the third period tied and haven't found a way to get a win. So we've got to dig deep and find ways and just eliminate the costly mistakes. The turnovers in critical situations are what has cost us some wins so far, and we just got to stick with the process. We're playing really well. You look at the numbers and you look at everything. It's just we're just not putting the puck in the net. We in credit. The last 4 games, Michigan, both their goalies, and Providence, both of their goalies were really, really good. They were really good. So we've got to get to dirty areas and get in goalies' eyes and look for second chance opportunities. And it doesn't always have to be pretty. So we're going to hopefully get some ugly ones Friday, and it'll go from there.
What do you think it is? Is it just like the turnovers, or what do you think it is that's, I guess, proving to be a roadblock when you are doing all those things?
I think it's just turnovers. Yeah, it's not. I mean, we've been scored on 18 times. Only 2 shorthanded. One we should have challenged it against Michigan on Friday night. It was goalie interference. We didn't challenge it. We just got a slow call in. And 16 of the goals out of 16 goals against 5-on-5, 12 have been turnovers. It hasn't been a result of getting hemmed in the zone, and our D zone's good, our return to D zone's good. There's some mistakes made here and there, which is always going to happen, but it hasn't been because we've been outplayed. It's been because we beat ourselves with costly mistakes. So we have to be a team that can't beat itself, And right now, we've done a lot of really good things, and it's just critical mistakes are the ones seeming to end up in the back of our net. Every team makes them. They're making them too. Everybody we play makes them, but we're not converting them into goals. They are.
Coach, how do you look at Northern Michigan this week? A big team that took CC to overtime 2 weekends ago, split with Vancouver Agent. How do you look at that?
Yeah, I mean everybody's good, right? And there's nobody that's bad. So any road game's always going to be a tough game. It's going to be a good environment. It's a great little hockey community up there that supports Northern Michigan really well. We've never been there. We're excited to go, and they got a new coach that they're playing hard for, and he's got them playing hard. So we're excited to go up to a place we've never been.
Is it back to Shimmick and Kerwin, along with that 3 of your top 4 point getters are out of transfers? Are you looking for more out of the guys who are returning from last season?
Yeah, I mean it'll happen. It'll come. I think that guys like the Jacksons and Silly, they're doing a lot of good things. It's just, again, it just hasn't gone in. And I mean. I think on Friday against Providence we hit 3 posts and a knob, and those are going to start going in. We just got to stick with it. We can't be, if we're independent right now, we're probably, obviously a little bit more down and out with our record, right? But now that we're in a conference, we just got to keep getting better every day, right? And that's what the focus is, and it's cliche, especially in today's world, about being process focused and not results focused. But our process has been good. We played 2, in my opinion, Michigan and Providence in a month will be top 10 teams and they'll never come out of top 10. Like Providence, I think they have 12 draft picks. They're very good. They're really good. And a couple bounces, maybe, a goal their goalie, doesn't usually get that in. Whatever, we could be coming away with the sweep there. Those were really, really close games. It could have gone either way. So we're right there. We're right there. We just got to stick with it and get these guys feeling what winning feels like again. And hopefully that happens for us Friday.
Do you think they are getting better every day?
They absolutely are. Yeah.
Has there been a little bit of a mindset change for the returners going from independent to now in a conference?
Yeah, I think so. Even for me, because every game is important, obviously, and you want to win every game. To have a conference to fall back on, and we're preparing for conference play. That's what cutting our teeth. And hey, 6 out of our first 8 of our first 10 are on the road. We're going to be weathered. We're going to be weathered, and really, really prepared for the night in and night out, rigors that the NCHC presents that we've never experienced because of this non-conference schedule.
Artem, for you going back to Northern Michigan, how are the feelings, and how is it going back there? How was your time over there?
It was great. I mean, it's the best 2 years of college hockey I've had so far. It's good. I don't know many guys anymore there with such a big turnaround. The coaching staff is new, but it's definitely a special community for me. And I'm really excited to get back there, for sure.
Lucas, for you, kind of explain that weekend from your guys' point of view. You're the top line, second line, move back. What have you seen kind of aligned how the teams play this week?
Yeah, we're early in the season. We're still kind of juggling things around. Lines are going to switch. They're going to bounce around. I think it's kind of we're just slowly getting to a point where it's kind of mixing things up and getting pucks to the net, and that's. What do you see from the power play right now is you're one of the main parts of it and trying to figure out with a lot of new names and new guys. Where do you guys think you sit right now? Yeah, we're more so looking at simplifying things, getting pucks to the net, kind of having more urgency in the breakouts and setting it up. And, once we get in the zone and kind of dummy it down and make things a little more simple on us, hopefully we'll start to get some bounces going our way.
Lucas, some of the newest guys in the transfers, Kerwin, Shimmick, they're putting numbers on the board, and for guys who are continuing into the program like you, how do you step up your game to try and match their level of play?
Yeah, they've been great. Every transfer we brought in, every freshman we brought in, they're coming here to be a big part of our team, and they've all been great. Now it's on our older guys that are coming back to do the same thing, and going into Northern here this weekend, we're just really focused on getting two big wins. For you, how does it feel being back from injury and getting back to 100%, not being able to start the season, but now having a chance?
Right. Being injured and now playing the last 5 games of the season of last year, and then kind of starting again injured. It's a process. It's been definitely a long time since I played my last game, and I'm really excited to get out there. And I think I'm feeling great, and hopefully help the team, like Silly said, get 2 wins on the road.
Coach said that face-offs were a big part of focus for this weekend moving on. Your son brings a lot of skill to that position and way of hockey. What's your way of thinking about face-offs and getting possession for the team?
Well, I think, it's like a 5-man thing too, right? Everyone's helping, the wingers are helping, the D got to be urgent, know what's going on. But individually for me, it's, like I said, it's a process every time with every aspect for me. Watch video, kind of see what their centers are doing and try to match that. But obviously intensity is number 1, but then the skill comes in and technique.
I was just talking to us about turnovers and how that was kind of a costly thing for you guys over the weekend. What are some of the things you've been doing in practice to kind of set that and try to overcome that?
It's more so preparation and execution. Once you kind of really have a main focus on that in practice, once you're getting pucks behind the net and you're making strong plays, that's only going to prepare you for the games, and that's what we're really focused on this week. Lucas, you're someone who knows CCHA a lot over at Bemidji. What kind of hockey does that conference bring, and what do you guys have to be ready for this weekend? They're going to play a 200-foot game, and they're not going to quit. They're going to be excited, especially with having already come back, so we're going to have to match that same energy.
Would you agree with that? Or would you say that?
Yeah, I think, the thing is, CCHA is like, everyone thinks, it's a weak league or league around like the hockey world, but like whoever's actually playing college hockey, like us, the coaches, like everyone inside the hockey world, like it's a great league. Like you look at the scores, like Augustana just swept Omaha, Minnesota just split with North Dakota. Like it's a really good league. It's a tough league. Guys play hard. Northern especially, like they have a bunch of freshman, sophomore guys who like have a lot to prove, so they're gonna come out hungry, home ice. So I'm excited, and we're excited as a team for sure.
How was it over the summer for you, moving on from your second school with MU and coming here? What were the big factors, and how has it been so far?
It's been great. Guys took me in. We have a really tight group, and I know we had a good amount of guys injured. Now with guys coming back, we're getting the pieces together and kind of figuring out, like Silly said, the lines and all their chemistry. No, it's been nothing but great. I love it here, and not a single regret for sure.